the ship went down in calm water.
A radio ballad is a mixture of actuality, that's spoken words, and accompaniment, sound effects, and song and instrumentals. It depends totally on the actuality recorded from the people that the radio ballad is about. So this is a one-off.
The crew, the black gang, and men who made her.
Well, I mean, she comes from a sort of spectacular folk background, impeccable credentials, you might say. Her dad was an important folklorist, and she grew up in a house full of music and full of musicians and full of legends, really. You know, being a kid and you know, finding Leadbelly and Big Bill Broomsby and certainly Woody Guthrie calling round. You know,
I think the fact that she was born into a family of folk song collectors and folklorists or whatever meant that Peggy was going to end up doing something like that. And of course, brother Peter and Mike, who was another great musician as well, Mike Seeger, who sadly passed away a little while back, as did Pete. But there she was in the middle of this great family of folklorists, folk song collectors, folk singers. And yes, it was probably predestined that she was going to end up doing something like that.
It certainly was not predestined that she should become a folk singer. She was being lined up to become a concert pianist, and she is still an extraordinary pianist. She is a fabulous musician with a wide range. She excluded a lot of that when she met Ewan MacColl, when she came to England and met Ewan MacColl.
There was a meeting of two great minds and two great personalities.
The first time ever I saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes.
And when she came together with him on a totally equal footing, what you got then was this tremendous melding of the two talents and abilities, which produced more than the sum of its parts.
We present The Ballad of John Exon, the real-life story of a railwayman told by the men who knew him and worked with him, and set into song by Ewan MacColl.
The year was 1957, the morning bright and gay.
And not just the radio ballads, but all the subsequent, the albums that they made together, the performances that they gave together.
Come all you gallant drivers, wherever you may be, whether you drive or you play or a 54 RP, keep your hand upon the lever's cut and fill a steady load.
I worked with Peggy and Ewan on a number of occasions, mostly sort of things raising money for the miners or for anti-BNP concerts, you know, anti-racist concerts. And I was always just bowled over each time I saw them by. Well, the integrity, the depth, the passion, the understanding, the intelligence. She's a great songwriter, a great singer, as was Ewan, of course. Her work with Ewan musically was also absolutely amazing and had a huge impact on the folk world. It can't be overestimated.
There's blood on the coal and the miners lie in the roads that never saw sun nor sky. Roads that never saw sun nor sky.
When I was a little girl, I wished I was a boy. I tagged along behind the gang and wore me corduroys. Everybody said I only did it to annoy, but I was gonna be an engineer. Mama told me, can't you be a lady? Your duty is to make me the mother of a pearl. Wait until you're older, dear, and maybe you'll be glad that you're a girl.
The particular method which Ewan MacColl often used was to go and interview people at length and then write their stories in song. She took that a stage, it seems to me that she took that a stage further where she could honestly say that the person she had interviewed for hours had written the song. The particular song I think of is a song called Jimmy Massey, which is an extraordinary story, and she will say to you with perfectly straight face that she didn't write the song, he did. It's all his words, and that's something of an achievement.
I was born in 71, but you know my folks were far too young. But Daddy didn't want his wife, he left and took his son. Tractor trailer was our home, my bed was in the cab. My daddy was the best friend a little boy could ever have. We skipped trains, we played pool, I was supposed to be out of school. We hauled stuff from here to there, from there too far away. I sat down in the road and cried the day my daddy died. Troopers shot him down on the side of the highway. Daddy didn't own a gun, the cops said he was on the run. Judge said self-defense, there were no justice done. 6 years old and homeless, scared out of my skin, they put me in a foster home and went looking for my kin. My name is Jimmy Massey, I'm a North Carolina boy. I did good in high school, my mama's pride and joy. I struggled with the softest and the hardest parts of man. My guitar was my refuge, Rambo was my friend.
If you were to sum up Peggy, I mean, I think it's someone who really occupies a unique space in folk music. Someone who's combined the English and American folk traditions, you know, mixing and being kind of born into some of the most important people who've ever moved in both of those circles, and bringing it together. But also just having a kind of really a real strength to be honest and true to herself, to the extent of not singing First Time I Ever Saw Your Face for all those years. You know, just being true to say, yeah, but I don't like what's associated with that song now. Some, you know, very few artists have that kind of strength of character, really, to kind of you know, keep it pure to what you want, really.
I think that of all the women in the folk movement, she stands up there as a figure that's been an inspiration to so many other people. I mean, I'm sure that if you were to ask Maddie Pryor, I'm sure if you were to ask June Tabor, and even younger performers now, they would say that Peggy is somebody that they've always looked up to because of her singing of traditional songs, because of the way she wrote songs, and because of the ultimate integrity that she brought into everything that she did.
It's also the length of the career now, because the marvellous thing is she has just made one of her very, very best records. I mean, that new album is extraordinary. Extraordinary. It's beautifully produced by her son. The song about We Watch You Slip Away, you know, with Kate St. John, about loss and watching your mother die, is incredible. The Titanic song is incredible. She's making some of the very best music that she's ever made now. And that's wonderful, you know, because I think none of these stories, even though they're important in the activism, none of it matters in a sense unless the music is great and of lasting quality. And the great thing about Peggy, apart from all the other things I've seen, is the music is great and of lasting quality. Even the stuff she's making right now.
Day by day you let life go, sit in your chair. Drawers unopened, books unread, they comb your hair.
Mum, congratulations on winning this award. It's fantastic. Women in music. Certainly that. Well, woman in music. It's really great. And don't forget I love you.
Hi Peggy, it's Rufus Wainwright here in New York, and I just want to congratulate you on your fantastic award. And I've been a fan of yours since I was a wee thing, and both me and my family have really cherished the experience of working with you over the years, and hope to for many, many more. So congratulations, we all love you.
I think it's really wonderful that Peggy Seeger has been given an award to recognise the great contribution she's made, not just to music, but to feminism, to political activism. She's a woman of the left, dear to my heart. And I can't tell you the thrill I had recently where I was hosting a lecture at Oxford, and there in the audience I saw this beautiful face, and I knew immediately who it was, and I was just sorry that I couldn't persuade her to sing. But Peggy, congratulations. You're a wonderful woman, and you're my heroine.
Peggy, sending you huge congratulations on winning your award, proving that not only are you an inspiration to a huge community of musicians and artists, but also a huge inspiration to your family. Yeah, congratulations.
I just want to congratulate you, Peggy, on a very well-deserved award. And I hope you realise how much you still have to offer all of us.
Well done, Mum. It's brilliant result tonight, I think. Fantastic. Don't drink too much.
Have a wonderful evening, Peggy. Thank you for being a part of it, and thank you for being you and for sticking by being you all these years.